well, I need to put my bag. Where do I need to put my bag? Where should I put my bag? And there's a bin right directly above his head that's open. I said, sir, you can put it right over there. Well, I don't see a bin. I don't see a bin. And I'm like, okay, sir, it goes right above your head. I love people. I love my job. And I love flying. I love to travel. Okay, so that's what I tell myself on difficult days, because that is what I told those people when I got the job. I talked to the recruiters that were doing the recruiting, and one of the things that we talked about was the fact that some of the candidates, not all of you guys, but some of you, once you... Hey guys, we just got word that our plane was having a little bit of a mechanical, but we're going to a new plane. Yes, we are going to a new plane. So in this job, you have to be very flexible. And this is where that flexibility comes in. We gotta go. And we gotta be happy and smile. When I tell you, every time I get a notification on my email that, hey, you've gotten 1 subscriber, I celebrate every subscriber on my channel. I know, I drive my boyfriend nuts, because every time I get 1 subscriber, I go, oh my God, I got 1 subscriber. Come say hi.
Hi.
I am so happy for our community that is growing. I like to call it our crew room, and our little portion on the internet that is filled with positivity, joy, learning from each other. And I am really, really happy and excited that all of you guys are a part of our crew. My purpose of creating this channel was to share my knowledge, because when I started my journey on becoming a flight attendant, I did look to a lot of flight attendants, current flight attendants, that helped me along the way. So I figure, forget my scarf. Yeah. Yesterday, I stumbled into a hiring event my company was having at our hotel. So I got to talk to some candidates that got the job. I celebrated with those who got the job, and to those who did not, unfortunately, get the position, I encouraged them to apply. And one of the things that I talked to the recruiters that were doing the recruiting, and one of the things that we talked about was the fact that some of the candidates, not all of you guys, but some of you, once you do your research, we always encourage you to do your research, but once you do your research, do not read exactly what you learned doing your research about the company, or even about situational questions. Don't read that back to the recruiter. They do not want to hear a computer read stuff back to them. They want to hear a real person. They want to know that they can work with you, you know, like in a jump seat, if they're going through like a difficult day, that, you know, you're able to be there like, hey, I got your back. In an emergency, they want to know that you can hold your own. But if you just read enough of what somebody told you, then like you really don't have a mind of your own, kind of. So they don't know who the real you are. So make sure that you're letting yourself shine through, and that your personality is coming through, because this job, half of it has to do with our personalities, you know, because we get tempted a lot. And also another thing was, I would do a whole sit down, because I don't want to make this long. I would do a full sit down of everything that those recruiters and I went through after that hiring event and what they look for. I mean, they did ask me to sign up to be a recruiter, but I'm like, no, I like to be on the other side, helping prospective flight attendants and also new flight attendants. So I just love to help people, and I hope that this channel is able to do that with all of us collectively, learning from each other. And if my video was able to help you, please keep coming back, and let's continue to help more people, and let's mold more people into this career, because it's really hard. You know, people get rejected a lot of times, and I would tell you, if you were rejected, don't take that as a never. It is a not right now, or not the airline for you. Make sure that you're not giving up on your dreams just because somebody said no. There are a lot of people out there waiting to tell you no. It is you that needs to take yourself to the next level and say, this is not the end for me. This is the career path that I'm choosing for myself, and I'm going to do whatever it takes until I get the yes that I need or the yes that I deserve, because this is my passion, you know? So for those of you who didn't make it, the airline said come back in 6 months, come back in a year. If you think that that is the airline for you, go ahead. Go back and see where you may or may not have gone wrong or where you can improve, and come back, apply in 6 months. And when you come back, make sure that they know that you were there before and that you are back, but better this time, and that you're not giving up on your dream. And within that time, apply to other airlines, okay? Apply to other airlines. Get your foot in the door, okay? This is like an elite club. Once you're a part of the club, you get to learn the ins and outs. Even if it's a smaller airline, you get to learn about the industry, and you really figure out if you even want to be a part of it, okay? Because it's I love people. I love my job, and I love flying. I love to travel. Okay, so that's what I tell myself on difficult days, because that is what I told those people when I got the job. So I don't want to be one of those people that get bitter after getting the job, but this job would really stress you. You know, you can't let it stress you. To my day, back to my day. Like I said, I will break down because we went through a lot of things in my communications with them. I heard from the prospective crew members, I like to call them, the people who didn't make it. You know, someday will be your day. That day was not your day, but I promise you, your day is coming. I heard their feedbacks from what they wanted to know from the recruiters. And I also spoke to recruiters, and the recruiters give me their feedback. So I'm going to make a full video on that. And we are going to go step by step on situational questions and how you should be answering those questions, and what the recruiters are looking for and what to look for yourself. So watch out for the next video. So make sure you subscribe and be a part of the crew. But let me tell you about my day. Jesus, I've been trying to talk about my day for an hour now. But today started in Denver, Colorado. So yesterday I stumbled up into the hiring event, talked to recruiters, switch your flight attendants, and some of my, really, really close buddies that I love. And then I talked to people who got their CJO, so that's conditioning job offer, because you do have to go to training. And when you pass training, that's when you get on probation, where you're hired, but you're on probation and stuff like that. So all of that, we can talk about them later. But now, after that, because I was hanging out with the crew members that I actually love, instead of taking my butt to bed, I didn't go to bed early enough. I have 15 hours of rest in Denver, so I hung out with the crew for like 5 hours, and I went back to my bed. I had, like 10 hours to sleep, but you don't just go directly to bed. Like, you go watch YouTube videos, you do check Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff before actually going to bed. So yeah, I was no different, and that day was no different. And I took a shower, went to bed, woke up in the morning, got dressed. You see all of it in the video. So went to work. So we had 3 legs today. We did Denver, Las Vegas, 1 hour and 44 minutes. And then we did Las Vegas back to Denver. So it was a Denver turn. So you go to Las Vegas and then you turn around, come back to Denver. Coming back was 1 hour and 21 minutes. So it wasn't long. But when we landed, our airplane had the cabin pressure on that tells us like the condition in the airplane, the indicator that tells us the air pressure in the aircraft. So that light came on. So we had to call mechanics to figure out what it was. So we were like, oh gosh, we're gonna be delayed. I'll show you the video. I recorded it. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be delayed. I'm so tired and blah, blah, blah. And then the crew members went to get food, coming back. I was like, oh God, I don't know how long we're gonna be delayed for. And then boom, there was an airplane, because Denver is our hub, and there was an airplane in Denver on the hangar. So they just brought a new airplane, and they're like, hey, you guys, you have a new airplane. You won't be delayed. Just go on over to the next gate. Obviously, I was like oh, I have to take all of my crap, because once you get into, let's say like you get into your office and you put all your shit down and you settled in like, oh my God, I'm here. And then they come and say, oh, you have a new office. Now you got to move all your shit to the next office. So of course we, whine, but we obviously got our stuff, went and settled in a new plane. We pre-flight our equipment, and then we flew to Raleigh-Durham. So we got here. But before then, on the flight from Las Vegas to Denver, you know me, everybody like knows me. I tried to do my best to be nice to these people all the time. But like I told you, they'll get on your nerves, they'll work your last nerve, and you just have to be professional and just say, okay, thank you, all right, bye-bye. So on a flight from Las Vegas to Denver, they told me it was an oversold flight. So oversold flights are usually like flights that are overbooked and you have more people than you have seats. So I'm like, okay. So I tried to at least hold on to the first bin, because I mean, it's not a must, but I try to at least as a courtesy to the people sitting, because when I first started at Frontier, they'll tell us like, hey, as a courtesy, because the first row, everyone has to put their bags up. If you're in row 1, which is usually first class on the major airlines, or in the exit row, your stuff has to go all the way under the seat in front of you, if you have a seat in front of you. If you don't have a seat in front of you, it has to go up in the overhead bin. That is not my rule, FAA. So what I try to do for the passengers that are in the first row, I don't try to hold the entire thing for their like their luggage, because if you, on my airline, if you have a luggage, you're in group 1, so you should be there early. Note to you, if you're flying with the ultra low cost carrier, my airline, make sure that you're boarding within your zone. So we have zone 1. If you have a carry-on, then you're in zone 1. That means you'll board early. So if you're in row 1 and you're there early, there should be no reason why you shouldn't be on the aircraft earlier to put your bags up. But as a courtesy, I try to at least hold like a tiny portion of the bin and say, because if they have even like a little purse, that purse has to go up if it doesn't fit in the seat back pocket. So everything has to go up in the overhead bin. So what I try to do is just hold like a tiny portion. So this guy got on board and he put one of his big luggage in the overhead bin that I was kind of saving. So I didn't say anything. And then he had another one. It was another big one. And then I still had like the first row, I still had like 3 seats open for those people. And if they had little tiny purses, that will have to go all the way back. So I told him, I said, hey sir, could you just put it in the bin next to you, which is like right next to his seat? And he's like, but I'm sitting here. And I'm like, okay, sir. So I went closer to him, because like, he's not forced that he does what I'm saying, but I was just like, as a courtesy to the people that are sitting up here, I just want to reserve that bin for them, because they don't have anywhere to put their stuff, So I just want them to be able to, if they have little tiny purses, it'll have to go all the way back. So just for their sake, I'm trying to reserve that so that they can have somewhere. Well, I need to put my bag. Where do I need to put my bag? Where should I put my bag? And there's a bin right directly above his head that's open. I said, sir, you can put it right over there. Well, I don't see a bin. I don't see a bin. And I'm like, okay, sir, it goes right above your head, right there. And he was like yelling at me, and I'm like, okay. I was like, I just went back and I was like, thank you very much, sir. And I went back and I stood at my post. But it wasn't anything crazy. He wasn't like aggressive, like he wasn't insulting. He was just yelling at me. But I'm used to it. So I was just like, okay, no problem. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. I was just trying to be courteous to the people that are up here. He did what he wanted to do, basically. So that was that. And yeah, we flew from, his wife, by the way, was really nice. She was like, honey, right there. Obviously, the guy wasn't trying to hear me. So, you know what? Didn't push my luck. I went back to my post and I started saying hi, welcome to everyone. And eventually we had a smooth flight from Las Vegas to Denver. I was like, he probably gambled some money in Las Vegas. I mean, he couldn't have, you know, don't want to make assumptions here. But, you know, he probably didn't have a good time in Vegas and I don't want to add to his stress. So I just was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let you live, sir. But yeah, sometimes you have to pick your battles in this job, and that's what I tried to do. I don't try to fight with people, and I mean, sometimes they will try you. I do have another video that I will make hopefully this week about one of the first passengers. Maybe he might have been the second one, but like, the first time someone got kicked off of my plane, I was advocating for him, but he just was not redeemable at all. He was drunk. So that was like a no-no. But the first time that I was actually like, I do not feel safe with this person on my plane for another 3 hours, was quite recently. I will make another video. It's a whole video by itself. But he just, yeah, it wasn't a good experience. But I don't want to make this video long. I know tomorrow, we're currently in Raleigh. I have 12 hours, well, counting down from how long I've been sitting here recording. I probably have about 10 hours. Let me say 11. So I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to get some food. I'm flying with a very lovely lady. You guys are going to see her. She's a bit upset because I haven't uploaded our other video that's coming very soon, was in Vegas as well. But you guys are going to see her in this video. Very sweet. She's like my new work mom. I love working with her. Hi, Tile, if you're watching. Yes, but tomorrow we go back to Atlanta and it's so much better, so different now that I don't have to commute. I can just get off of the airplane and just go to my car and get home. It's a complete blessing now that I know I can just get off of the airplane, go to my car and just drive home. I don't have to commute anymore. So I am looking forward to it tomorrow, and I will bring you guys on a journey with me. Like I said, I'm going to film a day in the life for you guys to see tomorrow. So tonight, I probably won't talk to you guys until tomorrow. But yes, hopefully I wake up on time and then I'll film my entire routine. If I don't, please forgive me. But I'm going to go downstairs, get food, eat, get out of my uniform, take a shower, unwind, call my boyfriend, chit chat with him. Maybe get on his nerves, but you know, you never know. I try not to though. I love my little pumpkin. I never get on his nerves. No one believes that. But yes, I will call him and check in with him and see what's going on in his life. I have checked in with him via text message today, but I am going to call him and we are going to chat. And tomorrow, I can't wait to get home and see his handsome face. All right, guys, this has been a nice chat and I cannot wait to talk to you guys later. And I don't want this to be long. Once again, thank you so much for subscribing. And to all of my new subscribers, older subscribers, you guys made this happen. I'm very excited and I cannot wait to share more with you guys, more tips and tricks, and bring you guys on the travel journey with me. And yes, this has been your favorite flight attendant, guys. Go ahead, if you haven't subscribed yet, we're celebrating our first 100 subscribers. Please go ahead and join the crew. This is our little corner of the internet that is positive, and I want to keep it that way. And I love to invite all of you to join our crew. Welcome to the crew room, everyone, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much. Hey guys, I am currently at the bar. Well, I just got my food. I showed you guys a little bit of my food, and I am.
What was YouTube over there?
YouTube. She is laughing at me. Her right there. She's and he is trying to get me canceled.
both put them together.
And I'm a supporter.
And she is a supporter, but she doesn't know how to find my YouTube channel.
I'm the supervisor of the crew room.
She is the supervisor of the crew room, guys. Right? This has been a very fun crew, and she is just the best thing ever.
Put the camera back on me. Please put the camera back on me.
What's the name of
It's
it?
not about me being
Disclaimer, guys. He is trying to get me canceled, so whatever he says, just take it with some heart.
Understand that. Security.
Okay. He's the security of the crew room. That's the security of the crew room, guys. Be respectful as you get into the crew room. Okay, so I didn't get dressed. This is the outfit that I have. I didn't pack a lot in my bag because I have I'm not going to show you my bag because Lord knows what it looks like right now. But I am back in my room and I'm going to go to bed. And tomorrow I get to fly with these awesome ladies back to Atlanta. All right, good night.